Morgana stands there, staring off absently into the distance. After some time, she slowly turns to face me.
What exactly was all that about? Come on, say something. Answer me!
Morgana,
How? It doesn't make any sense. He and the Lord, they couldn't.
there were two different lords. The one at the estate, and the one who locked you in the tower.
How? What was he doing there? I didn't... The man I was trying to curse was the Lord who threw the blood sabbats. How did I... Are you saying I remember wrong? It's ridiculous. I won't hear it. I won't have it for a second.
You were in a very tenuous condition, Morgana. More than even you realize. You can't assume everything you saw in that state of mind to be true.
Why? Just why? That only makes that much worse. Why would he do that? How could he kill me? He said he would show me the world. I cried for him. And he turns out to be the one pulling the strings.
You saw what led to this. You heard what he had to say for himself. Misunderstandings that went unresolved. That should have been cleared up immediately. What he did was wrong. Indefensible, as far as I'm concerned. This all could have been avoided if he had told you everything. That said, Morgana, I can somewhat sympathize with how he felt then.
You can sympathize with that monster? In what way?
He loved you. Sincerely loved you. And to be the target of such vitriol from a girl he cared so dearly about, to be mistaken for someone else entirely, I can understand how that would have hurt.
It doesn't matter. That doesn't change anything. Like I said before you started all this, it doesn't change anything. Does this revelation change what happened to me? Does it make me any less of a hate-filled witch? What does it matter if he had his reasons? What does it matter if he's not who I thought he was? It doesn't change the fact that I despise him with every fiber of my being.
It's time to let go, Morgana. I met with the white-haired girl. I know her true nature.
She... That's not me.
You're right. I cannot definitively say that you and the white-haired girl are one and the same. However, I can say with certainty that she was a part of you. A creation of your broken spirit. The fact remains that she was closer to you than anyone else, in every sense of the word. Can you see the situation you're in, Morgana? The terrible, tragic irony of it all. You've cursed yourself, along with everyone else. You brought ruin to a life of your own creation, numerous times. You murdered yourself. It's time to let go, Morgana. There's only pain to be found in continuing down this road. Morgana. I take a a step toward her, and she steps back, quietly maintaining our distance. I can almost hear trembling in her voice. I can almost hear trembling in her voice as she says,
Stay back. You stay away from me.
"You have nothing to be afraid of, Morgana. I won't hurt you."
I said, stay back, you. I bet you think this is hilarious. That I'm blind as a fool.
Morgana.
Yes, good on you, my dear. You've revealed my big secret. That I'm a feeble-minded little girl with a poor memory. You've uncovered the truth of my death. Discovered the white-haired girl's true identity. I always presumed she was you. How foolish of me. Laughing like I knew anything. Cursing the entirely wrong man. Absolutely brilliant, you might say. I've made myself into quite the laughingstock.
I'm not going to laugh about your pain, Morgana. I've come to realize that perhaps I empathize with you out of more than just our that perhaps I empathized with you out of more than just our shared loneliness. We were both yoked with unimaginable misfortune, lived our lives in lamentation of our fates. I understand your pain.
That boat has long since sailed.
You're right, it has. This is a realization I should have come to much sooner. Though you said it wouldn't have mattered, I still should have made an effort to get to know you in life. I feel guilty about how I constantly pushed you away. So, I'd like to make up for that now. I approach Morgana, hands stretched out toward her. She stands there, bewildered, as I place them on her shoulders, pulling her in. Not for my own comfort, as I had so many times before, and not out of some pretend sense of pity for a sad pile of bones. I embrace her, and all the pain and loneliness she holds inside. Her body gives off no warmth, and it's as weightless as the skeleton all those many years ago. She, like me, lost so much in life. But unlike me, she had no one there in her final moments. It's all right, Morgana. Everything's okay now. The tale behind the fourth door may have been a fabrication, but the creator's soul is always somewhere to be found in her creations. Knowing the inseverable link between her and the white-haired girl, that's where I'll find what I'm looking for. Sorry, stuffy nose. I'm here for you. You're not alone, Morgana. We can end all this suffering together. It's going to be okay.
What's wrong with you? Have you completely lost it? Do I need to remind you of everything I've done? Of all the pain I've caused you?
No reminders necessary. You did quite a number on me indeed.
Then do you want to tell me how we went from that to you holding me?
You didn't do what you did out of a particular grudge against me. Of that much I was always certain. So I hold nothing against you. I bear no ill will. Nor, I'm certain, does Giselle.
You're much too forgiving.
I imagine imagine there's something about having experienced the kind of pain we have that makes it hard to harbor any ill will toward one of our kind.
Shared trauma or not, you and that woman really are something. God, there are no words for how much you irritate me.
And of course they would, right? Because that renders all of Morgana's actions these past 1,000 years. It puts them into, like, hilarious perspective. It's comical, you know? She spent 1,000 years holding on to this grudge. And this version of Michel, like, not a few days after he regains consciousness, he's able to forgive it all. Like, what a contrast, man. This is protagonist and antagonist in the classic sense. Just, wow. The bite slowly drains from Morgana's voice, and in the quiet, I hear a muffled attempt to hold back a whimper. I pull away slightly, putting a hand under her chin and lifting her head. She quickly averts her eyes, but doesn't knock my hands away as I reach them into her hood, gently setting them against her cheeks. I run my fingers across the exposed flesh, then slowly pull back the hood covering her face. Well, look at that. You're quite pretty without your face hidden.
I didn't think you were the flattering type.
I assure you I'm not. Go on, touch your cheeks. Look at her. It's like, her face is reminiscent of some, like, famous painting or like, I don't know, I can't put my finger on it. Something about it seems very familiar. In like a reaching back for inspiration sense, I don't know. Now this is the girl you were always meant to be. If Morgana had a less harrowing life, this is probably what she would have looked like at 16. You know, you look a little like the white-haired girl.
We look nothing alike, I can assure you of that. She was the very antithesis of me.
But she was also once a part of you.
The last thing I want is to be like her in any way.
And why is that?
Because I never liked that girl at all. Always putting others before herself. Just watching her was aggravating. Although, in retrospect, she was everything about myself I deemed unnecessary. So that might explain why it was so hard to watch. Also, I was so sure she was you, which made it all the more frustrating.
Why would her being me bother you so much?
Because that wasn't you. You're aggressive, you yell, you fight.
Is that how she saw me?
How wouldn't it bother me that you came back as a quiet, passive, subservient girl? Of course, now I know that it wasn't you, so...
You were that sure it was me despite thinking we were nothing alike.
Apparently so.
Hold on a second, why would that bother you?
I'll let you figure that one out. It's not important. So, you've got my attention. What are you planning to do now?
To leave this mansion with you. To set everyone free and break the curse. Setting them free will set you free as well.
So you want me to release their souls?
Exactly.
Just so you know, I haven't forgiven them. My hatred isn't going to just vanish like it was nothing. I'll never be able to forgive them completely. But you're right. This has gone on long enough.
Morgana.
I'm not even sure what I'm doing anymore. And it's all your fault. So sure, I'll release their souls.
I'm so glad to hear it.
However, I don't want to see them alone. I'm not sure I'll be able to set them free if I have to face them on my own.
That won't be a problem. I'll go with you. We'll go see them together.
You get to be my guide this time, then. Get to take up Giselle's old mantle.
Or wait, sorry.
You get to be my guide this time, then. Get to take up Giselle's old mantle.
I for some reason thought she was referring to herself as Michelle's guide. In the past. That I do.
Even if it means taking this hand.
You honestly think I have any reservations about that?
God, I swear.
Look at that.
You really are the worst. Lead the way, my dear, to where their souls wait.
Perfect end of the song. I need water. Hand in hand, we travel the cursed mansion's corridors. The halls overflow with darkness, cut off from the sun and devoid of color. Despite having spent so much time in this place, it's never stopped being depressingly gloomy. No one, for any reason, should be left behind in a place like this. We cross through the living room, making our way to the back garden door. There are no children laughing beyond the door, but I can faintly smell flowers.
Michelle, what am I supposed to say to them?
If nothing comes to mind, you don't have to say anything. I get the feeling they'll have something to say to you, though. So if you would, try to hear them out.
I'm not looking forward to this.
It'll go fine, I promise. Nothing that happens could possibly make things worse than they already are. The only way to go from here is up. So up we go.
Let's go then, I suppose.
A hollow breeze brushes past. A A hollow breeze brushes through the gray-filled rose garden. The shadow standing there turns toward us. It gradually starts looking more and more like the young man it once was. Morgana. It's okay. We're here to free your soul. Michelle. You forgive me for what I did, Morgana?
No, I don't. All this means is that I'm done cursing you.
Huh. Either way, thank you. I know what I'm doing here now. Or I guess I remember what I'm doing here. I deserve to be cursed after everything I've done to you. It can't have been easy, that's for sure. I'm sorry for all the pain I caused.
What's done is done.
I guess. Still, I wasn't lying when I said I wanted to be friends. I meant it. I really did.
I know now why you did fuck. I now know why you did what you did. Why you sold me out. Some people might say you had no other choice, but as the girl you actually sold out, those are words you'll never hear from my lips.
Fair enough.
Nonetheless, objectively speaking, you too were a victim.
Wait, I sort of blanked out. What did she say? Oh, okay. Okay.
Do you not resent me for punishing you in spite of that?
Huh?
I presume you're now able to recall everything, both your first life and the second one I subjected you to, when the house was called Rose Manor.
Yeah.
What happened then was a result of my wish. You have every right to despise me.
The way I see it, with or without your curse, Nellie still would have had the same feelings for me. It was my fault for being too dense to realize she thought of me as more than a brother. Things would have turned out the way they did regardless.
The white-haired girl was the spark that set her off, though, and it was because of me that she ended up at that mansion. My wish was to see your life utterly ruined, and in service of that desire, the white-haired girl was born into that era as your half-sister. So I disagree. My curse did play a significant role in your fate.
Regardless, I don't feel like it would be right of... Regardless, I don't feel like it would be right of me to blame you. Things turned out the way they did, because I was weak and ran from the problem instead of facing it. Michelle wouldn't have had to get hurt either, if only I'd had more of a spine. I guess calling her Michelle is kind of confusing with Michelle here. How should I refer to her then? Girl Michelle, maybe?
Creativity is not your strong suit, is it?
She wouldn't happen to be around, would she? She has departed from this world. Or perhaps it would be better to say, she's returned to her rightful place in it. The girl you knew as Michelle is gone forever. That's too bad. I was hoping I could apologize to her too. I believe you've made your feelings quite clear. Not that she would hold it against you if you didn't apologize. That's simply her nature. Oh. Well, Morgana, I'm so sorry for everything.
I am going to free your soul from the bonds of this cursed mansion, after which it should return to its rightful place.
Okay. But before that, I've got one last thing I'd like to say. To you, Michelle. To me. It was a little hazy, but I did kind of get to see what you were up to until just a little bit ago. If you hadn't done what you did for me, for Nellie, for Morgana, for everyone, I'm not sure I would have been able to work up the guts to apologize. I'm pretty sure I would have still been convinced I wasn't at fault. It may not have been real, but your effort wasn't in vain. Thank you. You're welcome. Well, I guess this is goodbye.
Farewell, Mel. Until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate.
Goodbye, Morgana.
You don't have to tell me that he wasn't a bad person. But bad people aren't the only ones who do bad things.
That's true, yes. But having a conscience can be a double-edged sword. The regret so overwhelming you don't want to believe you could do something so awful, that some outside force must be to blame. So I hope you're willing to accept at least part of his apology.
Lead the way, my dear, to where the next soul waits.
Doesn't say that she'll accept the apology. This is excellent, man. One final, not quite victory lap. A victory in a sense, though. The staircase leading to the cellar is quiet, the air still. No sounds of flesh being devoured, no stench of blood. Just darkness reaching ever downward.
I'm going to have to ask you to go in first this time.
I don't mind, but why?
I'd rather not be skewered.
It'll be fine, I'm sure. I doubt he'll attack.
I can't say I'm anywhere near as confident as you. So you get to be my meat shield should anything go wrong.
Oh, so that's what I am to her.
We may not have bodies, but we are still capable of feeling pain.
You don't have to remind me.
I have to say I'm surprised you actually made it to the top of the tower.
Is that supposed to be a compliment?
Half and half. Regardless, don't assume you're safe just because you're already dead. If we were to attack and destroy your soul, you would be erased for all eternity. There would be no coming back in any shape or form after any amount of time. Just something to keep in mind.
I'm not worried. We shouldn't have any trouble talking to him.
If you say so, then off we go.
I push open the cellar door. Behind it, a shadow of a man sits on the floor, leaning against a stack of boxes. He slowly rises to his feet upon hearing us enter, and as he does, the blackness dissolves away, revealing the man. I almost didn't recognize you. Your face, it's not how I remember.
It's back to normal.
I see. So you weren't a witch. You were a pretty human girl. You look a little like the blind girl.
No, I do not. Not one bit. If anything, he looks far more like her than I. White hair, red eyes. They even have almost the same name.
I think comparing her to a large, dour-looking man is a bit disrespectful. Don't pretend you look any more approachable.
He's not even half the man you think he is.
Was that really necessary, Morgana? He is a man. Wait. Okay. He's indisputably a man, no matter what reason you have to claim otherwise. Actually, can angels be male or female? Can you please cut it out with the angel thing already? So, what brings you two down here?
We're here to free your soul.
You're forgiving me?
Absolutely not. However, I've decided there's no point in punishing you any further.
I see.
You are in no uncertain terms one of the most evil men I have ever encountered.
I can hardly argue with that.
Should you so desire, I can eradicate you.
Morgana, what are...
Let me finish, Michelle. Instead of letting your soul return, I can erase it. Your existence is a scar on the world. The allure of killing is too strong for you to resist. Even without my curse, you would bring pain and misfortune on others.
You're right. And that would probably be for the best. The world would be better off without me. And I know that. I do. But I don't want to disappear.
As you wish. Then I will release your soul.
Before I go, allow me to burn this into my soul. You must resist temptation if you are to blend in. So in my next life, I won't be a killer.
I suppose it's worth trying. Do your best.
I will.
Farewell, Yukimasa, until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate.
Farewell, Morgana. O Sarabada.
He's not the only one who derived pleasure from others' pain.
Morgana.
It's strange. Setting them free, I both feel like a weight's been lifted, and like I'm the greatest villain of them all.
Perhaps by forgiving them, you can come to forgive yourself.
But if I forgive them, what does that make everything I've done up until... But if I forgive them, what does that make everything I've done up to now?
The first step toward moving on.
Could you forgive those who wronged you then? The woman who tormented you, your brother who made a mockery of you, your eldest brother who took your life, your mother so unwilling to accept you she burned you at the stake, the villagers who falsely accused you of being a witch, your father who raped the woman you love. Could you forgive them?
If they were willing to repent.
And if they weren't, what if they showed up intent on causing you more pain?
Then I
suppose I'm not acting much better than any of them right now. Let's go. We have one more soul to free. There's something I've been meaning to ask you. Is Giselle really there, with you? Because I can't sense her at all. If she were in the mansion, I would know, but I can't feel her presence anywhere. Be honest with me. You can't feel her either, can you? Are you sure her soul hasn't extinguished?
She's here. I'm certain of it. Lost somewhere deep in the mansion's darkness. Once we've purged that darkness, she should be free to return. I have faith in her.
I see. Well, I'm not sure how much this means coming from me. But I hope you see her again.
I will. And thank you.
I'm actually rather fond of her, Giselle. Although I suppose it's hard not to get a little attached to someone you've spent several hundred years with.
Just attached. Giselle, she's fairly fond of you herself.
I can only hope.
The smell of cigarette smoke seeps through the cracks in the den door. It's perfectly quiet behind it, however. No chatter or clacking of billiards balls. Morgana appears slightly reluctant to step through the door. Or perhaps she's tense. Shall we? Her hand in mine, I push open the door. A shadow is perched on the edge of a dark green rectangular table. He freezes for a moment when he hears us enter, quickly finding his composure and marching toward us, determination in his step. The shadows dissolve, revealing the man. Morgana, your face, it healed.
It did.
It's been a long time coming. And would you look at that? Not a letdown. Look at that face. That is a face that is like... Wow, it's like... You know when you get punched in the face and it just gets all puffed up all bruised and shit. Not that I've ever experienced that myself. But like, this is a face that's been spiritually punched, and he's smiling through all those bumps and puffy bits of flesh. That was a not good analogy, but maybe you see what I mean. It's like grinning through the eons of pain that have been etched into this face, this soul. And would you look at that? Not a letdown. Was it him that healed you?
Yes, it was him.
Well, I'll be. I was always hoping I'd be the one to have the honor.
You lost that qualification when you...
Yeah, I know. I'm the one who made you into the witch. The one who killed you. I don't expect or deserve your forgiveness. I'd still like a chance to make amends in any way you wish, even if it means being cursed for all eternity.
I'm here to release your soul. Once that's done, that's it from me. No curses, no forgiveness, nothing.
Huh. So you're cutting ties completely. Damn.
Truthfully, I had no idea how you felt about me. But that ship sailed long ago. Far, far too long ago.
I know.
Nothing can change how I feel about you. Not anymore.
I bet.
I'm going to release your soul now.
Could you hold off on that for a moment? I don't expect you to reciprocate or even accept, but if I don't put my feelings into words, I'll never get them through to you. I think that's how she put it anyway. So I ask for this one last chance to put them into words. Morgana.
Fine.
The girl with the white hair, my wife.
Michelle, what of her?
Something about that name always felt off to me. I could never shake the feeling that calling her that was somehow wrong. When I first saw her, first saw that smile, I was dead certain that she was what I had always been missing from my life, that I had finally found what I'd been searching for. And now, I know why. Because I felt you in her, the memories of you ingrained on my soul.
You should know better than anyone that we're nothing alike. That girl wouldn't say anything remotely impolite even if you held... That girl wouldn't say anything remotely impolite even if you held a knife to her throat.
You're right. You're nothing alike. But you've both got this aura about you that drew me in. Your soul's aura. I loved you dearly, Morgana. I've got no right to ask anything of you, I know. But could you, maybe, smile for me? Just once is all I ask.
I can't do it. I should. I know I should. That it would let us end things on a nice note. But I can't force myself to smile. It wouldn't be fair.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry for putting I've said my piece. I'm ready now.
Okay. Very well then. Farewell, Jacopo. Until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate.
Goodbye, Morgana. You couldn't have done anything more for him.
Such as... I won't deny that my feelings about him are complicated. But the things he did to me, they eclipse all that. Merely learning the truth, hearing how he felt, is nowhere near enough to erase that.
Couldn't you at least put a little hope in your next lives? That maybe you two could try again?
No, I can't. I don't want to encounter him again. Ever.
Then, if nothing else, could you try not to forget that he did save you once?
I suppose. Though my salvation, Michel, was not ultimately at his hands. I was watching to the very end. It may all have been an illusion constructed from the memories of everyone's souls. But that didn't make your actions any less real. The things you said to me, your earnest desperation. Learning the truth is only partly why I decided to release their souls. The biggest reason, however, was seeing how far you went for me. If you hadn't been there for my death, if you hadn't done what you did, then I would not have freed them.
That is an interesting face, huh? Nonetheless, is it unfair of me to wish you'd shown him that smile instead, Morgana?
Well, that's the last of them. Shall we be off now?
The front door should open, now that I'm not willing it closed any longer.
The front door should open, now that I'm not willing it closed any longer. Shall we take our leave of this house?
There's one more stop to make. There's still one more soul that needs releasing.
Be my guide.
Still holding Morgana's hand, I make my way to the wall where the landscape painting hangs. You told me to come back if I ever figured out your name, Georges. Oh, chills, man.
Hey, Michelle.
Hello.
How'd you figure out it was me?
Of course I'd recognize my own brother. Well, granted, I didn't recognize you at first.
It's not every day your big bro winds up as a painting, huh?
It came as quite the surprise when I finally made the connection.
I'll bet it did. Hold on a minute. You two are brothers.
I assumed you knew.
Oh, hello there. Quite the companion you've got there, Michelle. So what brings you two to my little corner of the house? I've decided I'm going to extinguish the mansion.
Oh, really? Well, that's something.
You act like I just told you what I'm having for supper. This place is going to disappear forever.
Well, yeah, sure, but what brought about this?
I've lost interest in cursing them.
Ah, now that's some good news. You seem to get along surprisingly well with her. Time out the hoo-ha and nobody else. What the? Oh. I thought he was saying the verb time out the hoo-ha, as if the hoo-ha was someone. Time out the hoo-ha and nobody else to talk to will do that to you. Not that she ever gave me the time of day much.
You expect me to stand here and listen to you yammer on for hours on end. The only thing you're good for is tossing rubbish into.
Wait, so she was the one who put the master bedroom key in the painting? That she was. Just tossed her right on in there without even asking. Why would you get rid of the key to my room?
I had no use for it. And being in that room always made me uncomfortable. It has this terrible warmth to it. I couldn't stand it.
Oops. Oh. Huh. Sure glad she only tossed the key, though. Would have been bad if she'd thrown me out with it.
I didn't see the need. I did find it curious there was a soul here I hadn't summoned, but you were ultimately harmless, so I simply pretended you weren't there.
So she ignored him for hundreds of years.
I understand now what you meant, Michelle, when you said this world didn't belong only to me. Your brother was able to find his way here because it's a place deeply bound to your soul.
I'm no expert on none of this spiritual stuff. All I know is one day I was just here. Here and full of regret. So if I had to guess, I'd say I probably ended up here because I wanted to be somewhere I could feel you, Michelle. George. Would you be so kind as to let me apologize? I know quite well how sorry you are. And you've already apologized once besides. I went years not seeing you, not hearing from you, not having any idea what you thought about me. So when I got that painting, it was a huge blow to me emotionally. But talking to you again has reminded me what kind of person you really are, George. Has reminded me what kind of person you really are, George. You didn't mean to hurt me. Nope. Honestly, I had no idea what I was doing. Mom said paint it, so I painted it. And when she told me she'd send it off to you, I didn't really think anything of it. It never even crossed my mind to think about how you felt out there, all alone. The kind of pain you were going through, just because of the way you were born. When you're not the one on the receiving end, it's easy to be completely blind to your own actions. It never even occurred to me that we'd essentially exiled you, Michelle. Not until it was all over. Really, all I can say is sorry you got stuck with such a dope for her brother. All I had to do was think about it for 2 seconds and I would have realized what we were doing. And you know, at the time I thought, what's it matter if you're a guy or a girl? You're still you. But I was wrong. It's not that simple. I can only imagine someone coming up to me one day and saying, nah, you're actually a girl. And everyone I care about suddenly not wanting anything to do with me. What a drag that'd be. I'm really sorry, bro. It's okay, George. I forgive you. Thanks. I wanted so badly to see you and Didier again, George. And while I didn't get that chance in life, I'm still glad I have the opportunity to talk to you now. To hear the things you never got to say. It pains me to see you reduced to this form. But knowing that it's a result of overwhelming regret, that you were just that desperate to find me again, it warms my heart. What on earth was that? Me trying my damnedest not to burst into tears. I don't think it worked very well, though. Does the canvas look wet? Could you feel it for me? I think I'll pass. Not feeling up for any brotherly love? Honestly, I'm relieved to see you're still the same George I always knew. Changing ain't really my thing after all. I suppose it isn't.
This doesn't sit right with me.
What? Why not?
You're letting him off the hook far too easily, Michelle. I know very well just how much pain that painting caused you. It might as well have been what resurrected me.
I've moved past that, though.
Make him pay for what he did. Scribble on him.
Do what?
Scrawl your anger all over that ridiculous painting.
But I'm not angry.
Now that's a damn fine idea if I ever heard one. You most definitely need to make me pay, Michelle.
George? Oops.
Go on, hit me with everything you got. Scribble away!
Even if I wanted to, I have nothing to draw with.
Just use your finger and I'll trace it out for you. Come on, what are you waiting for?
He really wants me to draw on him, doesn't he?
He more than deserves it, Michelle. Bring it on, Michelle!
This conversation got bizarre fast. Okay. I'll draw on you.
Ooh. Oh my!
Now that is downright ghastly. What?
You might actually have potential, Michelle. Voodoo dolls are the last thing I expected from you. 4 of them at that! And the demonic being alongside them. Oh, I can just feel your burning rancor, Michelle.
That's not what I drew at all.
What? Then what is it?
It's not important. Now that that's finished, I think it's time we all took our leave.
So is that
Michelle, Giselle, Didier Georges, and Ugly Speckles the third?
Oh, I can come too? Well, I might need a little help with that, Michelle. As you can see, walking ain't one of my talents.
That's all right, I'll carry you.
Careful taking me off the hook. Careful taking me off my hook. By all means, feel free to drop him, Michelle. I must say, that is a rather amusing sight.
Jesus, that smile. That looks like those fucking Photoshop thumbnails where someone puts their real smile onto a drawing. No offense, Morgana, of course. Just, that is... I'm not gonna lie, that is a bit ghastly. The most ghastly thing about you, honestly, that smile.
I must say, that is a rather amusing sight. It's definitely not every day you get to see a full-grown man turned painting being hauled down a spooky hall by his little bro.
George.
It does make me wonder, though. Are you two really brothers? I have a hard time believing you share even a drop of blood with this obnoxious lout, Michelle.
We are brothers, right, George?
Whoa, don't you start questioning it too, Michelle. You're absolutely positively 100% brothers.
She has a good point, though. We don't even look that much alike. No shocking family plot twist here. Nope, no shocking family plot twist here. I've known you since you were a baby, Michelle. Maybe you were secretly illegitimate, George, not me. You're not gonna let go of this, are you? I'm just playing with you.
Oh my god. You just laughed.
Yes.
What? I didn't get to see it. What was it like? Give me all the details. An ordinary laugh. Is the world ending?
It's not that big a deal. I laugh just like everyone else.
No, you most certainly do not.
Nope, you definitely don't. Well, so much for my tearful reunion with the brother I always knew I loved. Well, so much for my tearful reunion with the brother I always knew and loved. Anyway, since we're breaking character here, how about one from our favorite witch here, too? No. Anyway, since we're breaking character here, how about one from our favorite witch, too? And no cackling, that doesn't count.
Excuse me? Why would you want me to?
'Cause every time I've seen you smile, it's never been anything good. It's never been about anything good. Plus, now that you got your face back, you're actually quite the looker. Go on, give me a big ol' grin.
Not happening.
Come on. Okay, fine. If you don't want to do it for me, pretend it's for Michelle. What do I have to do with anything? You can do it for old Michelle, can't ya? Show him those pearly whites, girly. Oh, if you insist, I suppose I can smile for Michelle, but only him.
Excuse me?
Oh, if you insist, I suppose I can smile for Michelle, but only him.
Excuse me? Was that supposed to be my voice? Because I do not sound anything like that.
Look at you, all puffing your cheeks and red in the face. George, try not to tease her too much.
I don't know how anyone can stand you. It's like every word that comes out of your mouth exists solely to ruin the mood.
You know, maybe it wouldn't hurt to lighten up a bit. This is the end of a long journey, but that doesn't mean we have to make it a somber and uptight affair.
I am genuinely not sure how I feel about you, the most somberly uptight man I know, telling me to lighten up.
Oh, that is a good face for that. Hold on. Oh, wow.
I am genuinely not sure how I feel about you, the most somberly uptight man I know, telling me to lighten up.
She's got a point. But I'm not that bad, am I?
Anyway, shall we be off now?
That we shall. The witch and her band of merry men departs.
I'm not sure if one person in a talking painting constitutes a band.
Giselle, I know we'll find each other again. I have faith that we will. We'll cast away this mansion's darkness, and then I'll await your return, no matter how long it takes. Yes, I think it's time we took our leave. Having finished what we set out to do, and retrieved George as well, we make our way to the mansion's entrance hall. Is that grammatically sound? Having finished what we set out to do, and retrieved George as well. Having finished what we set out to do, and retrieved George as well. It's technically correct, but it doesn't have very good mouthfeel. Nitpicking. The large door stands there, firmly shut. holding in the darkness as it has for countless generations. But that time is almost at an end. The door ready to be opened, to end the cycle and begin anew. Being a painting for all these years, I never realized just how big a place this was. All I ever got to see was a hallway and maybe a couple of doors. I mean, talk about dull, you know? Feels like I'm on an adventure, exploring a whole new world. A very, very dark world.
Michelle, would you mind shutting him up?
If only it were that simple.
Can you blame me for being talkative? It was a lonely life. Shit, fuck.
God damn it. Bumped my fucking controller. I was too in character with him. I had to gesture all around. Up and down and all around.
That would be fine if you had any concept of the appropriate time and place to be chatty. Are you aware of where we are right now?
The entrance, by the look of things. By the looks of things.
Precisely. The end to a centuries-long act of vengeance is but a few feet beyond that door, and you are chatting away like it's another day at the court. Try to maintain at least a semblance of gravity, if you would.
Wow, I didn't... Well, I was about to say I didn't realize you're the theatrical type, Morgana, but, no. No, she has been the entire time, actually. Yeah, exactly. I'm starting to notice you're rather ceremonious, aren't you, Morgana?
This is a day to be celebrated, not to be all stiff and no fun allowed.
Are you not at all worried? There's no guarantee any hope lies beyond that door. After all, when the mansion disappears, so too will we.
And that is the rightful state of things. Our present forms may cease to exist, but our souls will live on. And so long as they do, we will eventually return to the world. Let us press onward, not fearing a temporary end.
Well said, Michelle. If I had feet, you'd have just swept me right off them.
George, I'm beginning to wonder what would happen if I threw you at the wall.
Wait.
George, I'm beginning to wonder what would happen if I threw you at the wall.
Now, let's not do anything hasty.
Oh, for God's sake. You're the guide, so let's go then, shall we?
Little smile. Morgana's right. There's a severe lack of gravity to the affair, but thanks to George's lackadaisical nature, whatever fear I had is gone as well. His ever-playful interactions bring me back to when I was alive, to when it was me and my two brothers. Fond memories of the times we had together, and the admiration I had for them, of me chasing after them. Nothing could possibly replace those days, and I'm glad I had a chance to reflect on them, if briefly, before the end. I take a few steps forward, stopping just in front of the door, and Morgana steps up beside me. I envision the light that lies beyond it, radiant and white, waiting to rip through the darkness. The light we seek, that we've long sought. I take in a deep breath, look up at the door, place my hand on its hard surface, and push it open, welcoming the future it holds.